Okay, that is going. It appears that I am likely live. I see the chat. Let's go ahead and hit record. Let's go ahead and turn the music on, just so I can hear what's going on. Hi everybody. Hopefully there's not too much bleed through with the music. I can always bring it down slightly too. It seems kind of maybe a little too loud. Also, this is not my normal mic, but I'm going to be walking around the office a little bit. Let me go ahead and I'm going to tweet this out. Not tweet, what am I saying? People just say that now. I'm going to put it in the Brood and put it on my Facebook. Let's see here. Let's go to the Brood. Hopefully everything is moving along fine. Let's get the stream. Hopefully this is something people can come and enjoy and hang out for a little bit. Let's go shareable link. Let's see. Let's put it in the Brood. Why am I doing that? Okay. Okay, so that's out. Let me put it on my actual Facebook here. Let's do my personal one today. Ooh. Okay, let's post that. Alright. And here we are. Okay, so yeah, not dropping any frames that I see. Maybe I am, I don't know. It's running pretty hot, but that's okay. I may stop recording. Yeah, let's stop recording. And we'll just use the DVR, see if that makes things any smoother. Seems a little bit better, but it hasn't dropped any frames. It's just working hard. Okay. I have a new computer because my old one crashed, and so there's a fair amount of weirdness going on. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and begin. Hi, it's me, your general, back again. Good to see you guys in the metaphorical sense. Today I'm going to be showing you around some of my office stuff. This isn't a full tour. I'm actually working on a multi-part video tour that actually goes in depth on the level of creation that I've put into this setup. There are still a couple small aesthetic things that are not in the office currently. However, we'll go ahead and go remote cam. And there might be some frame drops. We'll see how it goes. But I'm trying this. I'm trying out some stuff, trying to see how this works. And if this video, doesn't end up working, that's fine. But yeah, I've done a little bit of a show around the office before. I just wanted to do a little bit of a progress update, as well as talk about some of the other things that I'm currently working on in the realm of storytelling and animation. Animation's come back into my life in a big way. And yeah, just chat with you guys and see what else is going on. So basically, wow, that really does cover part of the screen. Okay, I guess I'll hold it with my other hand. But here's the deal. Well, let's just show you some of the new stuff. I'm going to show you first of all the setup itself, and we get the tunnel of craziness. I now have two monitors, my two monitors on these awesome, what do you call them, swivel mounts. And in the middle there is a phone that is also a computer screen. Basically, I can drag stuff onto it, and I use that for what's it called, teleprompter for stuff that I'm reading or stuff that I'm reacting to that I want to look at and look like I'm looking at the camera. The webcam is just above it. That's just a Logitech C920. I now currently have two laptops, and it's a bit messy. I have my MacBook over here and my Windows PC over here, which we're currently running off of. Hopefully it's doing an okay job. OBS hasn't dropped any frames, but we're using quite a bit of that CPU, more than I have in previous tests in OBS, but I guess that's probably just because of streaming. I got my iPad, which kind of just goes wherever. It's not always right there, but I've been doing some animation with that. We'll check that out in a few minutes. You know, and my Scarlett 2i2 right there for microphone. I'm currently using that for my wireless mic. You've seen kind of this setup before, but we also are now on a sit-stand desk, which has a crank over on this side, and it goes up and down really smoothly. I've really been enjoying that. A couple storage things down there. But some of the other big things that have happened in this room are aesthetic stuff. Still capturing tapes and stuff over here. There's some microphones that I can use wirelessly with this setup. I'm using my headset one, which isn't as good quality, but you know, at least I have something that I can walk around the room with hands-free. Got a new office pop figure. There's still some room up there for some extra stuff. But we have this map of Middle-earth curtain covering the closet now, which I think is awesome. We have this stained glass film that I got for the windows, and you can see they are really, really nice. I'm really happy with the way those turned out. I'm going to be changing the black curtains to, and that's the last thing that I'm really waiting on, is the curtains. I'm going to be getting this one on this broad wall here is going to be a set in and of itself with a Care Paravel curtain. I got a piece of artwork for that I'll show you in a few minutes. And then over here behind me is going to be a what do you call it, fireplace, and it's gonna, you know, just add to the atmosphere. Another thing aesthetically that has changed is I now have this little remote here that I am able to, let's just do the color. So there's my light fixture. I went ahead and put them in there, and that's just cycling through all the RGB colors and things that I can work with. And so there's some green. It's not showing up as brightly as it does in person, but I also have this gooseneck over here, which shows up better when the curtain is closed, but I can actually have this guy cycle through colors as well, and shine some light up against this background that I have. I think some of you have seen this bookcase that I now have, this corner bookcase. I'm really proud of it as a set piece. I've got these junior classics from Collier's that were sitting in my house growing up, actually. I inherited these, and I've always loved the kind of rainbow pattern of the books. They have some good stories in them, but they're really, really nice on the shelf too. And just a nice little piece. And I'm going to go through this shelf. I'm going to go through these special family documents that I've put up on the wall. I'm going to go through like all these little things that make this room awesome. Obviously, I still have this dresser here with the piano on it, or the keyboard. And I still use that for music. I'm going to be getting back into that a little bit more as I work with animation. But that's a big chunk of the huge updates with The Office. The last two things, like I said, are going to be these curtains, and then obviously I'll add, you know, stuff to the walls as we go, because I'm going for that sort of Cracker Barrel meets a Warrior Bard aesthetic. And so that's what's going on there. Let me change back to my main camera here. And here we go. Here we go. Okay. So that's where we're at on all of this kind of stuff. And I've been super pleased with it. Wow, those lights went out of sync. Let's just go back to the... no, we'll keep it. We'll keep it up. Let's just... There we go. That's fine. And we'll just let those cycle for fun. How about that? I like fun. So we've got some cool lights and stuff, and I can do different, let's just do let's make it less distracting there. There we go. So I can do cool lighting stuff. Thanks, Jake Bindler? Yeah, you can tell me how to pronounce that. Came just to see the RGB light fixtures. Really nice setup you have for The Office. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Like I said, I'm going to do a big tour coming up soon, actually going into detail on how everything works. And it's not just one video. I'm going to break it out into, you know, the computers, the aesthetic, you know, different parts and why I made this office and stuff. So the other thing that I've really been working at again is now that I have the office kind of the way I want, not just working on live streams, but working on trying to come up with stuff to do live in person in various ways, and also working on some animation stuff. I don't want to show everything. Let me see what I can show. But there's let me go over here to the desktop share here, and that should, hold on, let me see if I can get this display capture. There it is. Okay, so now Facebook Messenger things, just to show you this video, because that's the quickest way I can get it on the screen. And I'm gonna show you a GIF of something I've come up with. I'm working on this idea of sort of MS-DOS 90s, 80s, you know, era animation that I think will work really well with poetry in this really wacky way. Let me go to Me and Benjamin. See if I can find that. And while it's pulling up, because internet is, you know, weird because of the streaming and whatever else. The issue that I'm having is, like, I'm having more of an issue with dialogue and how I'm going to create that visually, whether it be through the characters directly or through sort of like a Mega Man setup. You'll kind of see what I'm saying, but that's coming further on down the line after I get some of these other things taken care of. I posted this in the Brood. Content not available. What? Weird. Let's see if they can get it working. If not, I should just go to my iPad, quite frankly. Let's get that going on my iPad. I have an iPad share, and that's where I actually do the work. It's just a matter of starting it up. I'm sorry for all the scrambling, but I really just wanted to go live and kind of show what's going on. Let's see here. Let's view. And all right, we got the connection. Now let's do iPad share. Let's do screen mirroring. Oh, have I not set this up? Okay, I have not set this up properly, and it's going to take a lot longer that way. Let's go back here and see if I can get this Facebook video working. If not, you'll just have to see. Yeah. Let's see here. Wonder what the best way that I could get this in real quick is. Send anywhere. Let me just do that. You saw that little kind of teaser in the corner, and you don't get to see a lot of it. But I will take that shot. I will make that shot, go to my computer, and share it on the desktop. Let's see here. There it is. We're going to send this to... There's an app that I use called Send Anywhere that I really, really enjoyed. And I definitely recommend it. Send any, W-H-E, and then .re. That's the way they did it. So let me go ahead and transfer this file. Let's see here. History, transfer, receive. Okay. And basically it just allows you to send any file to any other computer. You load the program up on both. And you can do the web portal too, but you load it up on both devices, no matter basically what they are. And you can send files between them. It's really, really powerful. I've really enjoyed it. Okay, so we've almost got this up, and I'm just going to play this with VLC and go from there. Let me see here. Drag this over onto the display capture, and we'll go from there. Come on, open up. And it's not a long animation. This is just one shot, basically. But this gives you an idea of sort of the aesthetic I'm going for. Like I said, this sort of 90s, 80s animation thing. Let me pull this in. Whoops. Hold on. Let's bring this over here. Full screen. And there we go. Okay, so you kind of see what I'm going for here. The frame rate is supposed to be slow, and that is a looping animation, although it's not looping currently. Let's see if I can get it to loop. There we go. There we go. So yeah, this is the Idiot's Guide to Illegal Tech Repair, and you can see them. The frame rate shouldn't be dropping much, if any. Yeah, it's not. It's, as far as I can tell, it's looking really good. It's supposed to look kind of janky and pixelated and like a game from like the 80s, early 90s on MS-DOS. And the thing that's nice with this style of animation is I can narrate as long as I need to, and this frame can go as long as it needs to, you know, this loop, I should say, this loop, and then it can transition to the next one. As far as dialogue goes, I want to have actual voice actors and a full score and all that other kind of stuff, but I might compress it, make it sound more like an MS-DOS game. I haven't decided yet. And as far as characters talking, I can just do little anime mouth movements, or I can kind of put a bar at the bottom with the dialogue and like a close-up of the character talking kind of thing. And I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do yet in regard to that. But I'm using a combination of it. Really is cool and helps with the animation. The animation is not perfect. Like the saucer is disappearing when she picks up the cup. There's, you know, some other things that I want to clean up. Some of the shadow around her hair is a little too bright in certain places, but it feels like an MS-DOS game, and I'm really pleased with the way it's coming across and the amount of effort that I have to put into it to actually get something halfway decent. And I think that the way the animation is going to continue to work with the poetry is going to be really interesting. So I'm experimenting, having a fun time with this, and yeah, we'll see where it goes. Let me take out the music right now, because I think music might be messing with some stuff. Let's go ahead and close this video. Yeah, CPU usage went way down after I did that. That's strange. I was dropping some frames, it looks like. Oh well, we'll figure that out. Let's go to this scene and get rid of that. Okay. So that's kind of where I'm at right now with those sorts of things. Building, playing, having a good time, working toward a better setup for everything. And yeah, I just wanted to stream more, even if it's just hangouts like this where I can talk and work with you guys and just show you kind of what's going on in my mind. I need to be more open about the things that I'm making and sharing, and that's just something I'm really working hard on. Be more open in that regard. In that regard, Lore.tv has launched, which I'm not directly involved with, but I've really enjoyed being a part of the beta. If any of you guys are interested in being part of the beta, let me know. But it's Christians who are trying to redefine streaming service, and they're really working with a lot of awesome creators. And they have 2 shows out currently, not fully out, but just they're funding episode by episode, and it's going fast because these episodes already exist, but it's almost like unlocking them as you fund the episodes. So it's a really cool system that they've got going, and I can give more information later, but that's something that I'm trying to see if I can create something interesting enough and quality enough through this animation to actually create a lore series out of my poetry. I think it would be fantastic, and a fantastic model for poetic storytelling to really like have a chance in a cinematic and public and streaming, sort of way. So that's part of what got me back into it. Part of it is The Office. I've got all these amazing tools, and I feel like I am doing myself a disservice to not be continuing to sharpen my animation, my art, my music chops, because I can, if I had time, be a one-man band. I don't want to be a one-man band. I want more people to jump on and help and learn to do some of these things so that I can focus on the stories, That's where my real passion is. But I also have a passion for the art and the animation and the music, and I know what I want. It's just having the time to do it. So, with all this said, I want to do more generals reports, some more audio ones where I'm talking a little less visually, showing you things, going back to some of the basics on that and talking more about concepts and mindset, not in the goofy, weird, businessy way that people do it, but actually real life as a warrior bard, someone who is trying to build things from the ground up with just raw media skills and writing skills, and what that looks like in real time. I don't see a lot of people doing that. I think people get so in their own brain that they don't have, especially people like me who are verbal processors, and when you get so into your own thing that you're not working to work on the communication aspect of what you're doing, it's all fictional communication and not nonfiction communication. Things get really muddy and muddled and just gross. And you get tired of this and tired of that. And the more I'm actually showing you, the more chance I have to share who I am and what I'm doing, and it helps stabilize it in my mind in a way where I'm not going to be worried about whether or not this works or whether or not that works, and I get all the anxiety. I'm actually sharing and doing so as an accountability for myself. And so these are kind of the things that are on my mind lately, and I'm working on whether or not I'm going to continue with the Blessed Beards podcast. A lot of the podcasts that I've tried to record with dads have been canceled for one reason or another, and it's been hard to got dads on. I don't blame dads. Dads are busy. I know. But it seems like the artists, and things, that's going a little bit stronger. So I'm trying to see if I need to refocus and focus on Poets at War, focus on the Generals Report, because I haven't done one in a while. And focus on audio adventures, which audio adventures isn't going to stop just because of the animation. The audio adventures really is kind of like the recording process of the animated film. Like, we're still going to do changes and upgrades and up to my own performance, but also add in the performance of others, Lord willing, with all kinds of other voice actors playing these parts, playing these roles. And then, we can add in the music. If we like the way it sounds more compressed like a video game, we can go that way, or we can go, full orchestral score with professional microphones and, whatever else. But we'll see, I'm just going to have to see what works, do lots of testing, and I'm excited to take you guys along for the ride with me for the animation and the making of what is really essentially poetry movies, poetry TV shows, serial poetry television. Like what? With music and songs and everything. It's going to be really interesting. So with that being said, I have so much more to do today and so much more to do this week, but I just wanted to drop in and talk to you guys and say that I really appreciate you guys subscribing, being part of this, and the more love that I get from likes and subscribes, especially subscribes because I'm trying to build this channel, the more I will be able to just do more of this all the time. Tell other people to subscribe, because this is a really unique channel with a really unique focus. This is me documenting being a warrior bard. This is another thing that I changed on my website recently. I added this sort of mission statement to the about section. It's at the very bottom. It says the goal, and I wanted to read this as part of the general's report. I might read this at the beginning of the next one too. I don't know, because I really want people to hear this. This is my goal and my mission. I'm not opposed to making money, but I am opposed to making money in a lot of the traditional ways. And as far as like the avenues with which to run a business or this, that, or the other. And as this moves forward, I'm going to learn more on the financial aspect of what I'm doing and make some decisions. But this is not a for-profit thing necessarily, though I want to have a return on it, whether that's monetary, bartering, something else. I don't know. So, but this is what I wrote. I am a lay minister of the church. Let me put this on this screen so that I can look at you guys while I read this. This is something that I got to get used to with the way that I do things from a workflow perspective. Because I really like the way that this stream looks when I'm actually looking at you guys. It's a small thing, but I need to get used to. I need to get my reps in doing this kind of thing, And you know what? I'm going to put this on the desktop share. There we go. So you can actually see what I'm reading. Let's see. The goal. I am a lay minister. Oh, hold on. I am a lay minister and bard of the church. That's capital T, capital C. My ministry has an emphasis on teaching fathers, mothers, and children to be their families' bards, encouraging them and supplementally instructing them in what we believe through storytelling, hospitality, and life-shaping entertainment. In today's day and age of fewer shared family meals, fewer story times, and fewer connections to our past that actually have an impact on our future,